Our top focus story is the Delhi High Court saying it never sought preferential treatment at a time when people were dying on the streets of Delhi. Delhi High Court said it's unthinkable judges would seek preferential treatment. Of course, the Delhi government, top sources now telling India Today that neither Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal nor his deputy Manish Sisodia were in the loop on such a decision, which was taken by the sub-divisional magistrate of Chanakyapuri. The sub-divisional magistrate of Chanakyapuri, Geeta Grover, had on April 25th said that a request was received from the Delhi High Court. The question is, was the SDM order misleading? The Delhi High Court asked the Delhi government, was this done to appease us? Because it's unthinkable that we as an institution would take preference when people are dying on Delhi roads. The two images that you see on your screens is the five-star hotel in Delhi, the Ashok Hotel, where 100 rooms were sought at the Ashok Hotel for Delhi High Court judges and their families and for officials. That's the Ashok Hotel. And one of the top hospitals of Delhi was asked to arrange oxygen and all the paraphernalia that would be required. On the other hand, look at the situation of the common man, Aam Aadmi, in the national capital, that you managed to reach the steps of the hospital, but people lose their lives at the steps of the hospital because there is no oxygen, because there is no hospital bed. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Nalini Sharma, bringing us this big story and the latest developments. Nalini, was it the sub-divisional magistrate who took this decision for 100 rooms at Ashok Hotel? What did the Delhi High Court say today, Justice Sanghi and Justice Rekha Pali?
Well, Gaurav, a very important clarification has come in from the Delhi High Court, where they have said that there was never a request that was made specifically for rooms to be booked at the Ashoka Hotel for the Delhi High Court judges as well as the staff. However, Justice Vipin Sanghi, while addressing the court, has clarified that there was a request that was made asking for any facility to be given, because there was staff of the High Court that was coming on a daily basis to the High Court for the virtual hearings to go on that had tested positive and they required to be in isolation. So there was a request that was made for a facility, but not specifically for 100 rooms to be booked at the Ashoka Hotel. So the order with regard to the Ashoka Hotel had come from the sub-divisional magistrate, as you correctly pointed out, which was then implemented and put into force by the Delhi government. However, what the Delhi High Court has taken objection to is the wording that was used in the order that was passed by the Delhi government, where they have hinted at the fact that this request at the Ashoka Hotel was done because a request had come in from the Delhi High Court, which they've clarified has not been done. So, suo motu cognizance with regard to that has been taken by the Delhi High Court. They've put out a clarification that there was no such request made, pulling up the Aam Aadmi Party government and questioning them, when there is no oxygen available, how can they be providing 100 rooms in a super luxury hotel?
Stay with me, Nalini, because the Delhi High Court admonished the Arvind Kejriwal government for even suggesting courts wanted 5-star quarantine facilities for judges, their families and court officials. The Delhi High Court said the Delhi government was unable to arrange oxygen for the common man and asked if arranging 100 beds at a 5-star quarantine facility was trying to appease the courts. Nalini Sharma brings you our top story tonight.
The Delhi High Court and Delhi's super luxury Ashoka Hotel. What could the two possibly have in common? Well, 100 luxury rooms from this hotel are now being reserved as a COVID care center for Delhi High Court justices and their families, courtesy the Delhi government. The story has exploded across India's angry and ravaged COVID landscape. But here's the big twist. The Delhi High Court has now denied issuing any such request for any rooms. Taking suo motu cognizance of this entire issue, the Delhi High Court says it is unthinkable for judges to seek any preferential treatment. The court has pulled up the Kejriwal government, asking it not to issue any orders left, right and centre at a time when there's no oxygen for people. The backlash is most visible on social media, with angry attacks from citizens over what they see as VVIP privilege for the Delhi High Court justices, courtesy the Delhi government. Rivals of the Aam Aadmi Party, from the Congress to the BJP, have trained their guns on the Delhi government, wondering why give five-star favours to Delhi High Court judges and their families when the city's Aam Aadmi is writhing in COVID devastation. Sources in the Delhi government, however, claim that both Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his deputy Manish Sisodia were not in the loop on this entire affair. The contrast couldn't be more stark, and therefore the instantaneous anger is perhaps understandable.
This five-star privilege controversy has come with a very ironic twist. This controversy has erupted on the same day that the Madras High Court has made very scathing observation about VIP culture in the country and medical facilities being extended to VIPs during the COVID pandemic.
Hearing a suo motu case concerning the management of COVID-19 in Tamil Nadu, the Madras High Court has said, when it comes to life, there should be no VIP culture. It should be first come, first serve. Everyone should be equal. There seems to be despair that it is on the basis of influence that beds are allotted. With the Delhi High Court categorically denying making any such request, the situation and the issue has gotten only murkier. With Anisha Mathur and Nalini Sharma in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And Delhi continues to struggle to meet its oxygen and bed requirements. This is an unending case surge, coming down heavily on the handling of the situation by the Arvind Kejriwal government. The Delhi High Court asked the state authorities to either mend their ways or let the centre take over. This as the city witnesses ugly scenes of doctors being attacked by angry relatives of COVID victims.
Anger over Delhi's COVID emergency spills over. This is Indraprastha Apollo Hospital in Sarita Vihar, where the families of patients went on a rampage over the non-availability of ICU beds. Doctors and nurses, the frontline warriors against coronavirus, became victims of the fury. Across the national capital, stories of misery, pain, helplessness are playing out. Delhi is out of hospital beds, almost out of ICU beds and ventilators, and is struggling to fix oxygen supplies. A 500-bed COVID care facility opened by the ITBP is fully occupied in just a day. The shortage is such, COVID-19 patients are fleeing the capital to neighboring states in order to get ICU beds.
दिल्ली में इतनी बुरी हालत है, किसी भी हॉस्पिटल में एक बेड तक नहीं है. मेरे फादर की हालत इतनी बुरी थी, ऑक्सीजन लेवल बहुत कम जा रहा था, लेकिन उन लोगों ने बेड तक नहीं दिया, जिस वजह से हमें रातों रात एम्बुलेंस करके इधर आना पड़ा किसी के थ्रू.
While the oxygen crisis continues unresolved, help is coming. Delhi received its first oxygen express. Indian Railways have ferried 70 metric tons of the life-saving gas from Chhattisgarh. Meanwhile, the ruling Aam Aadmi Party faced some tough questions in the High Court on Tuesday. The High Court pulled up the Delhi government saying, if you are not able to manage your house, tell us. We will ask the central government to take over immediately. It has also taken serious note of the state government's decision to convert Ashoka Hotel into a COVID facility for judges. Amid rising cases in Delhi, testing and vaccination figures have dropped by 50% from the level 15 days ago. It's not clear if these are down due to any shortage of vaccines and testing kits. Bureau Report, India Today.
This situation is extremely grim. People are gasping for breath, dying at the doorstep of hospitals. There is no oxygen. Oxygen and medicines are, however, being sold on the black market. Justice Vipin Sanghi and Justice Rekha Pali said the Delhi government was issuing directions as if they lived in a different world, out of sync with ground realities. Joining me on India First, Aparajita Sarangi, Bharatiya Janata Party MP, a former bureaucrat. Ravi Srivastava is an analyst The Aam Aadmi Party has chosen not to join a debate on this issue today. Kapil Sankla, as an advocate, will give us the legal perspective. But Ravi Srivastav, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's Twitter biodata says, "Sab insan barabar hai." Delhi government actions seem to indicate the Aam Aadmi may die on the road gasping for breath, but five-star facilities is being created for High Court judges, their families and court officials. Sir, are some lives more important than other lives in times of pandemic?
Not at all, Gaurav. All lives are equal and everybody has a right to live. But the particular episode which you are referring to has got a lot of clarity by now. You have only said in the beginning of the show that the Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, the CM, DCM, were not kept in the loop, and the SDM issued that order. And SDM also has written there in that order, I have read that there was a specific request received from the Delhi High Court for providing a particular facility. Now, my point is that Honorable High Court also has not said that they had not put up any request. They did put up a request because
not for 5-star, not for 5-star, sir, not for a 5-star, not for preferential treatment. सर आप खुद सोचो, एक तरफ लोग मर रहे हैं, ऑक्सीजन नहीं है, रेमडेसिविर नहीं है, दूसरी तरफ लाखों रुपए खर्च होंगे 5-star होटल के लिए. There is no oxygen, there is no hospital facility, and then 5-star facilities are being created for High Court judges. What is this mindset? Is this appeasement? The High Court itself said, is this appeasement?
Gaurav, your anger is well understood. As it is, the High Court, Supreme Court judges, they get a treatment, a preferential treatment in the government-owned hospitals like AIIMS and in private hospital in Vedanta. They do get it. But what I'm saying, they did not ask for a 5-star facility. This is done by Geeta Grover and a particular SDM lady. She is answerable for this. That why did she go for that Ashoka Hotel? And also that LG of the state, Mr. Anil Bajal, should also answer for that. That what was he doing when this order was issued? When the CM and DCM are not in the...
Okay, Aparajita Sarangi, the Aam Aadmi Party says, as Ravi Srivastav also brought out, neither the Chief Minister nor the Deputy Chief Minister were aware of this order, which was passed by Geeta Grover, SDM Chanakyapuri. Why drag the Chief Minister into this issue, ma'am?
A very good evening. Let me tell you that the Bharatiya Janata Party or the central government is not surprised. We do not expect anything better from Arvind Kejriwal ji and his government. His governance model smacks of immaturity. It is shameful, it is ridiculous. And you rightly said, Para 6 of the High Court order, in fact, the order is in my hand, clearly states that a request had been received from Delhi High Court for setting up CHC facility for the honorable justices and other judicial officers of Delhi High Court and their families. But it never mentioned that it had to be a 5-star hotel. It had to be Ashoka Hotel. So this is absolutely ridiculous, and this is an indication of the appeasement policies that this particular government has been practicing. Now, this is one part. Number two, you just look at the way he has been behaving for the past 3-4 days. The other day, Honorable Prime Minister was having a meeting with all the chief ministers, and he made the confidential discussions public. It was uncalled for, and the Prime Minister had to express his displeasure. This also smacks of immaturity. And then thereafter, you know what happened on 24th of April. 24th of April order also have gone through in the High Court. 24th of April, Para 7 and Para 9, if you read, I mean, I was aghast when I read those two paras. They are all crying that we cannot get oxygen because we do not have cryogenic tankers, and it's the responsibility of the central government to bring it. This is the second one. A third, they fought with Punjab and Haryana governments because they thought that the Punjab and Haryana governments were stopping their tankers midway, and they had to come to the refuge of the central government and the Home Minister. I fail to understand why, under these circumstances, Arvind Kejriwal ji did not pick up the phone and talk to his counterparts in Punjab.
Let's take this step by step, ma'am.
And
Kapil Sankla.
So what I'm saying is, this all smacks of immaturity, I understand.
Kapil Sankla.
And I'm not surprised that this has happened.
Justice Vipin Sanghi and Justice Rekha Pali rightly objected to this Delhi government order. They sought healthcare facilities, but not five-star healthcare facilities at the Ashok. Merit in the question, was Delhi government trying to appease the High Court at a time when the High Court was hearing the oxygen case?
You see, I've gone through the office order dated 25th of April, and the same is conspicuously silent as to when the Honorable Court made any such request as claimed. This has all come, or which judge made it, or when was it made, because there is no official request that was made. There is no minutes of meeting. So nothing of this sort has come to light. What has come to light is the Honorable Court making a very generic query as to if there is any facility, that can be created, and then there was an overreach by the executive, as you said, that probably to appease or whatever.
As the court said.
But be as it may, without getting into the controversy, I personally do not believe that the Honorable Court would have made any such request or demand as has been stated. And the Honorable Judges have also clarified and categorically refused any such special treatment. So today, let me put it like this, that since public exchequer has already been used or being used, and if there is such a facility that has been created or can be created, let further resources and finances not be wasted in dismantling them. If we can make this, Delhi is suffering. It's seriously suffering. It's a very, very grim situation. I mean, Delhiites have the money, but they don't have the medical facilities. So why not use this for the Delhi residents? Why not open it up? If you can create a 100-bed medical resource, why not use it? You can use it. You can use it for people who can pay. You can use it for otherwise. There are people who are spending. If it's the
taxpayers' money, it should be for the common man, sir. For the rich and the super rich, of course. But if it's the taxpayers' money, it has to be the common man. That rickshawala, let that rickshawala use Ashok Hotel if that rickshawala is gasping for breath. Or that instance that we've seen, how people are reaching the hospital doors but are unable to enter. But Ravi Srivastav, the court observation, and it's not restricted just to one five-star hotel issue. The court's observation on Delhi government's failure to check black marketing of oxygen and medicines is also scathing indictment of the administration when the court says Delhi government's entire system has failed. Black marketing of oxygen cylinders and medicines is going on. You have the power. Take action.
Gaurav, first of all, black marketing of oxygen or black marketing of remdesivir or any other drug is a criminal matter. And the police, without any complaint or any such thing, take a suo motu action against such orders. I stay in Maharashtra, and the Maharashtra Mumbai police is every day raiding these black marketeers and seizing the drug and punishing the people. The same thing should be done. Whosoever is holding the police in Delhi must make the raids on such people and catch hold of those miscreants. Another thing which I want to tell you, no facility has been created, no expenditure has been incurred, no hospital has been converted as yet. So I don't think that's logical to say that the money has been spent for that. Yes, very right. Arvind Kejriwal was the only person who had given the five-star hospitals for the doctors and their families in the first round of the COVID-19 in Delhi. I hope you remember very well.
Aparajita Sarangi, you know, police do not report to Arvind Kejriwal. Police law and order does not come under Delhi Chief Minister. So why should the Aam Aadmi Party take the blame for this? The blame squarely lies at the doorstep of the Lieutenant Governor and the Ministry of Home Affairs, ma'am. The MHA, the Delhi police does not report to Arvind Kejriwal.
See, there should be a prefix before Arvind Kejriwal ji's name, and that is crying baby. That's how the adjective should be. You know, he has this habit of crying for everything.
Ma'am, but just now he's not the one who's crying. Ma'am, my question was very specific.
I'm just telling you, it is his habit. He has been crying.
Police do not report to Arvind Kejriwal.
I'm coming to that. That's why it's linked to that only. See, a good chief minister, whatever the circumstances, would do his best. And the kind of mismanagement he did, the kind of poor implementation of all the programs of the state government and the central government that he did, I think everybody was aghast. And this entire oxygen supply problem was because of the poor management of Arvind Kejriwal government.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, while this was happening, he was accusing the central government all through that because of the central government not supporting him, the oxygen supply could not be done. So what I'm saying is, police not reporting is not the issue at this juncture.
Has the Delhi police raided a single black marketeer? Has the Delhi police recovered remdesivir? Has the Delhi police taken action against those who are selling oxygen in black market? All of this comes under Mr. Anil Baijal and the police reports to the Ministry of Home Affairs. Amit Shah is the Home Minister of India, ma'am. That's the chain of command.
Yes, I'm telling you, as far as the Home Minister is concerned, with whom Sri Baijal is working very closely. Let me tell you, the Home Minister has categorically told all the states to stop all kinds of hoarding and to take strict action against all the black marketeers. So I think Delhi is part of India. So Delhi has to go by whatever the directive of the Home Ministry.
And those orders remain confined to files, and people are having to buy remdesivir at 30,000, 40,000, even more. Oxygen is being bought in black, and people are gasping for oxygen and dying on the streets of Delhi, ma'am.
Go by the dictates of the Home Minister. Home Minister has categorically stated, Home Minister has directed, he has given in writing to all the states.
Then he should pull up people and remove people who are not following his orders, ma'am. Ma'am, people are dying and people are dying in thousands at this point of time. This is the time to be proactive, take strict action, and that action must show on ground and not be confined to government files. Kapil Sankla, ma'am, you've been a bureaucrat. You know that. Who knows that better than you?
Let me speak.
Let me finish.
I just want to tell you this, not that I'm a huge supporter of Delhi police, but I just want to tell you this, that, huge credit goes to them, that they are raiding a number of chemists. They are raiding, they're sending decoy customers. They are taking action against people who are black marketing and hoarding of essential commodities. It is happening. It's all over the news.
And I think but not at the scale. And if it's still happening, which means it's not having the deterrent effect that it needs to have, sir. सर खानापूर्ति छोटी मोटी कार्रवाई सर हजारों की संख्या में सर दिल्ली पुलिस अगर चाहे ना and if the Delhi police actually gets down to it, because I've covered Delhi police for a very long time, if they really crack down, then no one will dare to sell remdesivir in the black market, sir. If that order is so clear. And that I seldom
come in favor of Delhi police or in support of them, but I am actually, working very, very closely with them to help a number of people. We are running a number of organizations, and I do know that Delhi police is working round the clock at this time. They're doing their level best. I can personally vouch for that because I'm seeing them in action.
Okay. Kapil Sankla, the court has been unsparing because lives have been lost. And when it comes to the Aam Aadmi Party government, the courts have said enough is enough. If you cannot manage it, tell us. We will tell the center to take over when it comes to the issue of oxygen. They can send their officers. Has the oxygen issue been seriously mishandled after oxygen has reached Delhi? Is that the understanding of the court, sir?
Well, the Honorable Court is very, very clear that the situation has been mishandled in Delhi, that Delhi is choking, the situation is extremely grim, people are dying. And it's more because of the inaction of this state, unfortunately, and how the medical facilities are being run. The courts have come down very, very heavily on them. They have also warned them that if they do not get their act together, they will have to request the central government to come in. And I think that itself shows very, very clearly, without any question, as to what the courts think of the inaction or the lack of action by the state government at this time. I personally can tell you that, we are a part of a number of organizations and we've been trying to help people. There is nothing that is available in Delhi right now. There are no beds, there's no oxygen, there are no masks even for that. If you even have an oxygen cylinder, there's no mask. And everything is coming from Haryana, from UP, from Punjab, and God knows from where all. So the situation is very, very grim. The court has come down very, very heavily. And I do hope that the Delhi government does get its act together at this time.
Ravi Srivastav, court gave details. So court heard every side of the story. They heard the center, they heard the state, they heard the suppliers, they heard the hospitals, they heard the vendors, and they said in one instance, Ravi Srivastav, that the vendor had 20 metric tons of oxygen. Delhi was gasping for oxygen. People were dying in hospitals because of oxygen shortage. And yet, that oxygen did not reach the hospital despite the vendor having 20 metric tons here, sir. Is this acceptable?
Gaurav,
is this not poor
Gaurav,
management?
No. Gaurav, I fully share your sentiment, and I fully share this particular incident also, where the gas, the oxygen could not reach the particular hospital.
Despite 20 metric tons of oxygen being there with the vendor.
Yeah. Despite this, there is a shortfall. There is a shortfall.
No, this is not shortfall. This is available. 20 metric tons is available. And it's still not reaching the hospital and people are dying.
Just allow me to speak. 700 metric tons was the requirement for Arvind Kejriwal. 480 metric tons was allotted to him, and only 350 metric tons were delivered to him. I think the man is struggling against all kind of odds. He is taking today the supply has come from Bangkok. He is getting the supply from the concentrators from France. He is trying his level best to come up to the situation. Right? The court has all rights to criticize and admonish and reprimand and tell that government that you pull up your socks and you come up to the mark. But I think that the government as such is not leaving any stone unturned as far as serving the people of Delhi is concerned. They are doing their best, but yes, the number of cases, the way it is rising,
sir,
it is beyond anybody's comprehension.
Let me quote to you what the Delhi High Court said. Let me quote to you what the Delhi High Court said. Our confidence is shaken. Put your house in order. These are strong words that come from the Delhi High Court. Delhi government is giving orders, issuing directions as if they're living in a different world. They're out of sync, don't know ground realities. Mr. Srivastav, that clearly does not think, and this is the Delhi High Court saying that. It's the Delhi High Court. It's not some political party that's saying that. But Aparajita Sarangi, the court also came down very heavily on Gautam Gambhir, BJP MP, keeping stocks of medicines and distributing it. And the court asked, does he have a license? Does he need a license? Ma'am, is this politics in the times of pandemic? Because if this is, it's extremely unfortunate.
Somebody should play politics. There are certain issues which should be above politics. Handling of corona is one such issue. So it's not a question of who belongs to which political party, who is not belonging to any political party. I think we all need to work together. We all need to have right thoughts. And at this juncture, we really need to think positively and we really need to move.
But why should Gautam Gambhir, a BJP MP, have stocks of remdesivir? Why should it not be in a chemist with a chemist, or why should it not be in a hospital where people can go and take it?
I reiterate, it's a question of Gautam Gambhir or anybody else. Nobody should be working in such a manner. We really need to support the national cause. And the national cause at this juncture is to see that each, every citizen, every resident of the country is safe and healthy.
Also meeting a pharma distributor here, and his FIR has been filed against him. Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, the ex-CM of Maharashtra, he was also holding the remdesivir in Mumbai, and his FIR has been filed against him.
I can only say that law should take its course. I think under such circumstances, I don't think we should speak much.
Ma'am, you're absolutely right. Law must take its own course and law must apply with a heavy hand on whoever is violating the law. Because Mr. Sankla, when you look at the situation and you say with several organizations you're working on ground, hospitals are gasping, people are dying in hospitals because oxygen supply has run out. Here, oxygen is there. What does the court say? That oxygen supply is taking place to distributors but not to hospitals. And it's not a political party, but the court that is observing that oxygen is probably being diverted to the black market. Sir, this is extremely grave for the court to make such an observation. It just shows how bad the situation is on ground.
You're absolutely right. And this is only a tip of the iceberg, because you know this and I know this, what is really happening in Delhi. Black marketing is rampant. Medicines are available at exorbitant rates. You can buy a concentrator for 3 times its MRP. So which means that that all of this is already there available in Delhi, but it is in the hands of hoarders and black marketers. And therefore action needs to be taken. The Honorable High Court is absolutely right, asking the state government to pull up its socks. More importantly is that we need to find out these people and bring it to the notice of the investigating agency so that they can also take action. So by today, we can also request anyone who probably has purchased from any black marketer or know some black marketeer to actually inform the concerned police thana so that some action can be taken and all of these medicines which have been hoarded in warehouses, etc., can be brought out for the common janta.
Sir, but that's where the Delhi Police Commissioner needs to task the police to raid these people, get hold of that stocks and put those stocks in one central hospital so that they can be distributed to whichever hospital that requires it, and very quickly. Because Mr. Srivastav, most doctors are saying that the worst is yet to come. In the month of May, perhaps we will see many more cases, and God forbid should that happen. The situation is grim now. Whether it's the state government or the central government or the agencies, everyone needs to pull up their socks and work together as one team to help the people in our country, sir, who desperately need help at this point of time, sir.
Absolutely right, Gaurav. The point is that unfortunately, our short-sighted government in the month of January declared a victory against the COVID-19. The people were jubilant, the people were celebrating as if we have won a war. Instead, knowing in entire European Union, UK, the US, the second wave will definitely come. The third wave will come. Even some countries are facing even the fourth wave.
Court points out that government is not working. You are now blaming the people. Those who are helpless outside on the street, now blame themselves, sir. How fair is this for you to do so, sir? जो दबा हुआ है, जो मरा हुआ है, आप उसी को और मार रहे हो. But Aparajita Sarangi, the Supreme Court also wants the center to give details of oxygen availability in the country, because that's the only way the country can plan for the worst that is yet to come, as doctors argue.
Yes. In fact, Supreme Court has asked the central government to submit its national plan, and I tell you, there is a national plan, and this has been submitted by means of an affidavit in the Honorable Supreme Court by the central government. But as far as the nature of the national plan is concerned, let me tell you that all the micro details cannot be there as part of the national plan. All things cannot be listed out. Whatever letters, etc., whatever directions, etc., have gone to the state governments are all within a particular framework which is called the national plan.
Yes.
So I think this is which has been submitted by the central government, and we are all moving forward, I think, in line with a particular strategy. Had there been no strategy, it was a cause of worry. There is a particular strategy in place, and the central government, the Prime Minister and his entire team seeks the support of all. Whichever party, whichever political party,
seriously needs to
in the party, I think all of us need to work together as a wonderful team. And only then we'll be able to win this battle against this disease.
Ma'am, because when you go to hospitals and when you see crying patients and their relatives gasping for oxygen, waiting for medicines, sincerely hope the country comes together, government, opposition, centre, state, every agency, just now to help India come out of this situation. Aparajita Sarangi, Ravi Srivastav, Mr. Sankla, many thanks for joining me.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.